home resident, it's your Mayor Alistair back once again, and we have some big news today, because right now marks the very first time we're getting news about the next Monsterverse film since its original announcement. Of course, we know that the film will be releasing on March 26th, 2027, which means we have another 2 years until we get any marketing for this thing. But that doesn't mean news isn't beginning to slip out the cracks of Legendary's offices, because we now have the first confirmation on who's going to appear in the film, as well as a brief synopsis that gives us clues on whether this will be a Godzilla or a Kong film. And also something's been announced that might hurt the next Monsterverse's run at the box office. But what is it? Well, let's find out. Let's get to it. As always, subscribe and hit that like button, because the more that do, the more exposure these videos get, so it helps more people know about the Monsterverse. Up to this point regarding the next Monsterverse film, all we knew is that Grant Sputor was directing it off the back of I Am Mother, and the script will be written by Dave Callaham, who also did Shang-Chi and, fun fact, the original Godzilla 2014 script. But what about the characters we'll actually see in the film? Trapper, Bernie, Gia? Who is it going to be? Well, Deadline has confirmed that Kaitlyn Dever will be starring in the film. You might recognize her from Booksmart, Last Man Standing, and she's even playing Abby in the upcoming series of The Last of Us. She was also the lead of No One Will Save You, which I actually just watched to get a gauge on how she performs, and she did an amazing job. That film was way better than I thought it would be. And another fun fact is that film was directed by none other than Brian Duffield, who also helmed the Skull Island animated series on Netflix. I've seen some people speculating that she's actually playing the grown-up version of this young girl from 2014 that saw Godzilla come ashore in Honolulu, which would be pretty cool seeing how someone grew up with first-hand experience of a Godzilla encounter. Though it sounds a bit far-fetched. I mean, what are the chances? Deadline states, the new movie is described as a continuation of the franchise centering Godzilla, Kong, and an assortment of other titans. Insiders say that while Kong and Godzilla will still be fronting the film, Legendary is looking to build on its human characters, and the first logical choice landed on Dever. To me, this is fantastic news, and arguably the first solid indication that this will indeed be a Godzilla-focused film, with a whole new cast. If they announced Rebecca Hall or Kaylee Hottle as being hired, then we would expect it to be a Kong movie, since they're really the heart of Kong's story. But they made a direct choice revealing Kaitlyn as the lead, indicating they're moving in a different direction. While it's been previously expressed by Grant that his intentions were to create something that leans more towards Godzilla, this marks the first real confirmation we've had since the script was likely finalized. Up until now, most of the speculation has been based on early interviews, vague hints, and fan interpretations. But with this new information, it's clear the team wants to have a more human-centered story, which typically is in line with more Godzilla-focused films. Though they do confirm that it's not just Godzilla that's going to be the leading titan. We have an incredibly simple logline that confirms the 2 Alpha Titans will lead. The next entry will feature several new human characters alongside Godzilla and Kong, as they face against a cataclysmic, world-ending threat. It's pretty much the same as the last logline we got for The New Empire, so not much new there. But obviously it's a massively oversimplified summary of a story that they're trying not to spoil anything of. I'm hoping more than anything that the story will let Kong take the back seat for a bit, let him grow his ape civilization in the Hollow Earth, while Godzilla takes the center focus in the main story, then have him come back at the end to help Godzilla in a fight against whatever monster stands in his way. Basically GXK turned on its head. I think that's really the best approach to this. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of angry Godzilla fans. Shooting is expected to start this summer, In only a few months we'll begin seeing the production starting up and the first set photos releasing, and then we'll finally get an idea on what this new Godzilla X Kong film will be about. Once again, March 26, 2027 is the release date, and like the new Empire, it should be hugely successful in that relatively free month. At least that was until a new competitor showed up and has claimed an extremely close release date. For those that don't know what film I'm talking about, I'm of course talking about Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which is now releasing on March 19th, just about a week before Godzilla and Kong. This could be bad news for the monkey and lizard, since families will typically take their kids to see the safer option, the one with less violence and mature themes, which could siphon some of that box office revenue away from Legendary. Sonic 3 has earned over $220 million domestically alone, which is more than any Monsterverse film, with another $220 coming internationally. However, its worldwide revenue is still lower than the new Empire, so I'm hoping people will find the time to watch both in the cinema, and maybe we can have a kind of Barbenheimer situation here, like Sonzilla or something. But we've still got a good 2 years until we have to worry about that. Until then, be sure to subscribe and stomp the notification button to keep up to date with everything Monsterverse related. What are your hopes for the next film? Do you want it to be Godzilla or Kong focused? Let us know in the comment section down below. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.